Hello students, moving further of the final video of this genre, transformation of sentences. Earlier in the video we have seen that how to combine two simple sentences into one simple sentences. The rules are the same whichever rules we are using for the to frame the simple, compound or complex. The same rules are applied here. Next, we will see the combination of two simple sentences into one compound sentences. So the same rules are here. First one is that by using a coordinating conjunctions. Now it's a which coordinating or correlative conjunctions we can use which adds one statement to another. Now this kind of conjunctions we have to use which adds one statement to another. In this kind of statement you can go for this kind of conjunctions, that is and, both and, as well as, not only but also. This whole series of conjunctions they used to add one statement to another statement. Let's understand it with the example. We learn English, we learn Hindi. Now both the sentences we can go for and, both and, as well as, not only but also. In all the conjunctions, if you have used any of these conjunctions, your statement is right. We learn English and we learn Hindi. We learn both English and Hindi. We learn English as well as Hindi. We not only learn English but also Hindi. Let's see one more example. He was fined. He was sent to prison also. So we can say that this one shoots most. He was not only fined but also sent to the prison. By reading you will get which kind of conjunctions you have to use. Okay. The next is by using some coordinating conjunctions we suggest a choice between two statements. So wherever in the two statements are there, two sentences are there, if they suggest a choice, then you can go for this kind of conjunctions, that is or, else, either or neither nor. Take medicine regularly, you will not get better. Take medicine regularly or you will not get better, else you will not get better, right? Make your purchase, walk out of the shop. So now someone is the shopkeeper is telling someone that make your purchase or walk out of the shop. So you can say that either you make your purchase or walk out of the shop. So that kind of answer you can create it. If it is negative, then you can go for neither nor. By using some coordinating conjunctions which suggest contrast between two different statements. So wherever you will find contrast between two different statements and you have to frame compound sentence, you can go for these conjunctions, that is but, still, yet and nevertheless. These conjunctions shows contrast. Let's see. He possesses a lot of wealth, he is not happy. So he possesses a lot of wealth, he is not happy. So both the sentences suggest the contrast, that though he has that much wealth, he is not happy. So you can say that he possesses a lot of wealth but he is not happy, yet he is not happy, still he is not happy. Whichever conjunction you will find suitable, you can go for it. He is poor but he is contented. He is poor but he is contented. I think answer is given here. The sentence might be he is poor and second sentence would be he is contented. So you can say so that he is poor but he is contented. Okay, the next way to combine sentences into compound sentences by using some coordinating conjunctions or correlative conjunctions. We suggest that one statement stand as consequences of another. If that means one statement stands as a consequences or result or the outcome of the another. So wherever you find that kind of sentences, two sentences, you can go for so or therefore. That kind of sentences, that kind of conjunctions, you can go for it. For example, it was a very hot day, I remained in my tent. It was a very hot day, so I remained in my tent. You will find that this sentence is the consequences of these other sentences. So in that particular situation, you can go for this so or therefore. You can also say that it was a very hot day, therefore I remained in my tent. You can use any of it. He was found guilty, he was punished. He was found guilty, therefore he was punished. He was found guilty, so he was punished. Okay, you can use any of them. Now we will see the two simple sentences, how if two simple sentences are there, how to combine these two simple sentences into one simple sentence. Which kind of sentence? Complex one. First and foremost, by using a noun clause to combine, in earlier we have seen that how to frame a noun clause. Noun clause act as a noun. Okay, the clouds would disappear, that was our hope. The cloud would disperse, the clouds would disperse, that was our hope. So our hope was that. Now here we have cut these two words and our hope. Now we make it as a noun or a subject. Our hope was that the cloud would disperse. Right. Next, when will you pay them? They want to know this. When will you pay them? They want to know this. So they want to know when you will pay them. So you can combine this sentence with this method also. It works as an object of a transitive verb. Okay, now let's see the another method to combine the complex two sentences into complex, that is by using adjectival clause. Now adjectival clause is of course a form of a subordinate clause that qualifies a noun or pronoun in the principal clause. Same thing, if adjective is there, it qualifies noun or pronoun. If adjectival clause is there, it qualifies noun or pronoun. Okay, let's see the example. A lion was proud of his strength, he despised the weakness of the mouse. A lion was proud of his strength, he despised the weaknesses of the mouse. Now we can look at this. We can qualify this noun, a lion who was proud of his strength despised the weakness of mouse. We can frame it like that. So this is called adjectival clause, where we have qualified the noun by using who. Next, this is a juggler. We saw him showing his tricks yesterday. So we are talking about the same juggler. Okay, now which juggler we are talking about? To whom we have to whom we saw his tricks yesterday. Who was showing his trick, right? This is the juggler whom we saw. This is the juggler whom we saw showing his tricks yesterday. This is the juggler whom we saw showing his tricks yesterday. The next way to combine two simple sentences into one complex sentence is by using the adverbial clause. Now, adverbial clause, it acts as an adverb and it may describe a verb or adjective or another adverb. The same way the adverb describe that kind of thing. Now, as we learn that adverbial clause can describe time, condition, place, result, cause, purpose, comparison or concession or supposition. Okay, so that kind of thing it can describe. Look at the first sentence. You must take your medicine, you will not get better. You must take your medicine, you will not get better. If you do not understand by with this structural method, you can use your brain whenever you will find that no, these are the subordinate conjunctions, I can go for it. You can go for, you can use it. Don't involve this that much in this to understand this structural grammatical theories. If you understand very easily without going through this practical or grammatical theories, then also it's fine. So you must take your medicine, you will not get better. So there is a you will find that it is the adverb, it is the condition is there is a condition that if you will not take medicine, you will definitely not get better. So you have to take your medicine. So it is a negative condition, so we can go for unless you take your medicine. Or if you will not, or if you want use, if you are not familiar with unless, you can go for if not. From that you can also make answer. So unless you take your medicine, you will not get better. If you will not take your medicine, you will not get better. Choice is yours. You can go for either unless or if not. Both works same. The thief saw the policeman coming. He immediately took his heels. The thief saw the policeman coming. He immediately took his heels. Now this sentence tells us the time, that whenever or as soon as that the thief saw the policeman, he started doing something else. So as soon as, you can also go for when, but it was as it is a sudden immediate action, you can use as soon as. So as soon as the thief saw the policeman coming, comma, he took his heels. Now there is no use, there is no you can cut this word immediately because we have written here as soon as. If you don't want to cut this, then you can go for when the thief saw the policeman coming, he immediately took to his heels. Okay, so wherever you use when, then you can cut this word. If you are using as soon as, then you can cut, sorry, wherever you are using when, you can use this word immediately, and if you are using as soon as, you can cut it. It's unnecessary right now. Okay, next example. He was a good kind man, everybody liked him. He was a good kind man, everybody liked it. Now you will find there is a cause why everybody liked him, because he was a good and kind man. So you will find the cause here, that in these two sentences you will find that cause is there. So everybody liked him. Why everybody liked him? Because he was a good why everybody liked him? Because he was a very good and kind man. Okay, it's very easy. Next, he ran away quickly, I could not catch him. He ran away very quickly, I could not catch him. So now you will find that there is a result, that he ran away so quickly that I could not catch him. So we are showing the result here. So in that condition, you can go for that. Where you will find purpose. For example, he worked hard, his object was to win a scholarship, or his motto was to win a scholarship. So why he worked hard? He worked hard so that he might win a scholarship. So wherever you will find the purpose, you can go for so that. Now the most important actually in the examination you will definitely get a 1 mark question, that is change the voice. Now for that change the voice, that means active passive voice, and for that it will require a lot of time. So and second thing is that it require tense knowledge. First, basic tense knowledge. If you don't know the tense, then you will not get the you will not able to answer this kind of questions, solve this kind of questions. So first we will study tense, and then we'll go for active passive, and then we can also go for direct indirect one, right? So direct indirect you will get 4 marks question, question answer, and for this voice you will get 1 mark. So we will discuss it later on after tense. Now there are some miscellaneous transformation of sentences are there, and it is not compulsory that whatever we studied here, that kind of questions they will ask. They can either use this kind of technique also. So i'm not telling you that this kind of whatever I have taught, that kind of questions would be there in from that only the in the paper you will find those kind of questions. But apart from it, you can also ask this kind of questions, and the list are totally numberless. Anyways, let's see some of the miscellaneous transformation of sentences which I find very relevant and it's important. Only few sentences are there. First example, only trained graduates need apply. Only trained graduates need apply. Now in the bracket you will find this kind of instructions: use none for only. So you have to use none for only, so you have to cut only and you can go for none. And you can frame the answer like this, that none but the trained graduates need apply or can apply, right? None but the trained graduates. Now here the instruction is the same. Now the sentence, look at this, only trained graduates. So no other people, only trained graduates. If they are not even trained graduates, you cannot apply. So none but trained graduates, it shows the contrast. Okay, this answer is the meaning of this answer is the same, that none but the trained graduates needs apply. Okay, let's see the another one. That kind of work did not amuse me. That kind of work did not amuse me. Now look at the instruction, use noun form of amuse. Now where is the word amuse? Yes, now amuse is used as a verb here, right? It is used as a verb here, and we have to form a noun form of amuse. Definitely noun form of amuse is amusement, right? So you have to use amusement instead of amuse. Now you can change certain words, or you can even cut the some of these certain words. You can change even to be form also. Look at the answer. That kind of work was not an amusement for me. The meaning is the same, that this kind of that kind of work did not amuse me. वो मुझे amuse नहीं करते. And here that kind of work was not an amusement for me. So definitely we are saying the same thing, that this work didn't amuse me. He accepted a stranger's proposal. He accepted a stranger's proposal. Now use a verb form of a proposal. Now proposal is a noun here, right? Now the verb form of proposal is propose, right? So you can go like, now two sentences are there. It's like a to frame a compound sentence. In compound sentence we made certain noun or adjective as a verb. The same thing is here. Oh, sorry. A stranger proposed and he accepted. A stranger proposed and he accepted. Both the sentences are, look at the sentence structure. It's a compound sentence joined with and. Another one, the servant entered the room with great hesitation. The servant entered the room but with great hesitation. Now use adverb form of hesitation. Again, hesitation is here a noun. We have to use it as a verb. We have to form first it with the verb. Adverb. Now whenever adverb comes, now the most common technique to make any word into adverb, that is ly. Not every time, but majorly adverbs are ending with ly suffix. So you can frame that. So hesitation. So we can say that hesitantly, hesitatively, that kind of adverb you can frame it. Now look at this word. The servant entered the room but with great hesitation. So we can cut this. Hesitantly, the servant entered the room. Or the servant entered hesitantly. The servant hesitantly entered the room. Okay, you can, as adverb, you can go for three types. Sorry, you can place the adverb at the three place, that is in the beginning, after the subject, that means in the middle, or the end. In the beginning, after the subject, or at the end, wherever you find suitable, you can go, you can use it. Everything is right. If you are using hesitantly in the beginning, then also right after the subject or at the end, all are right. Next example is, since 2000 I have been in India. Since 2000 I have been in India. Now someone is saying that since 2000 I have been in India. So I was last in India in the year of 2000. So substitute since for. Now one more important thing that you have to keep it in your mind, that is, wherever we are using since, we give the perfect point of time. Wherever we are using since, we are giving perfect point of time. Exactly when. Since 2000, since my childhood, since 23rd April, or not April, 23rd May, we have this lockdown period, right? So since 23rd May, since 2 months. Now, sorry, not 2 months. You can give any kind of date, any kind of year, or any kind of exact point of time. And wherever you use for, it always shows the period of time. Now which periods? 2 years, 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 hours, 20 minutes, for 20 years. Okay, so it shows the time period, not the perfect point of time. So wherever, now here what we have to do, we have to use for in place of since. Now here where we are given this perfect point of time. Now we have to convert it into for. But we don't have to remove only since, we have to use for, but along with for we have to change these numbers also. So 2000, and we are here, we are living in 2020. So all 20 years period is there. right? So I haven't been in India for 20 years. The meaning is the same. Look at this sentence. Since 2000 I have been in India. So before 2000, after 2000 I wasn't there in the India. So I haven't been in India for 20 years. Hope you are getting. I last met him 5 days ago. So the person is saying that I last met him 5 days ago. Substitute, that is, use this in place of that only. Okay, substitute ago for. So we have to cut ago and we have to use for. So now wherever we are using one thing, we have to keep it in mind that we have to give point period of time. So here look at this, 5 days. Of course it is a period of time, so it is bit easy that I last met him 5 days. So before 5 days I have met him. Right now I haven't met him. So I haven't met him for 5 days. Him is missing here. You can write it. I haven't met him for 5 days. Okay. Okay, as I told you that these are just a few techniques in which we can transform sentences from one to another. Otherwise there are certain other ways in which you can transform the sentence, and there are a lot of, not just these fews. Okay, so but I think that if you learn these things, then you are able to answer. You can beat the question paper in a very question paper very well if you know these tricks. Thank you so much, student.